Hello, I'm going to be talking about NSF I-Core program in this presentation. My name is Mel Bulutasiroglu. I have been teaching economics, finance, and technology management classes at UCLA since 2011. If you have any questions about this presentation, please do not hesitate to contact me at this email address. I have been working also for I-Core for the last couple of years together with Azar Nazeri at UCLA, who is the director of NSF I-Core program at UCLA. We are a part of the bigger body Innovation Node Los Angeles that is composed of 3 partners. One is UCLA, and the other one is USC, and the third partner is California Institute of Technology. NSF I-Core is run at different nodes, currently 9 nodes all over the United States. Innovation Node Los Angeles is one of these 9 nodes. I will be talking about I-Core program in this presentation, and I will talk about who's eligible to apply to this program, and I will also talk about how to apply to the program. As probably whoever is watching this video knows, National Science Foundation is well known for its funding for basic research. But when we look at the technology that is aspiring to leave the university, we see several hurdles in front of university-based tech. One of the most important ones being funding. So if the idea is at its inception stage, usually public funding is going to be the major source of funding. And by the time the idea gets ready to leave the university, it is unfortunately not ready yet for the private funding, and the public funding is drying up, and the university-based technology finds itself in this trap that is called value of death, where the funding is most scarce. So NSF is trying to bridge that gap and tries to help teams not only by providing funding with the NSF I-Core program, but also training. NSF I-Core instructors rather are entrepreneurs themselves, and they use information, the accumulated information that's been given to them by the market for years and years of startup experience, mistakes, and best practices. Just to give you a taste of the NSF I-Core training curriculum, you can think about the following question. What do you think is the #1 startup mistake? I'm sure you come up with a list. There are many reasons for a startup to fail, but data indicates that the #1 reason is building something that nobody wants. That is focusing on the product rather than the customer, building something that does not have any customer. Can we think of any examples, any companies that build things that were not purchased by any customers? Juicero is an example. The company was founded in 2013, got $120 million investor money, and recently, unfortunately, squandered all that money and stopped production, did not have any customers. An earlier version of such a company was Webvan, and they were the one of the first examples of online shopping companies. They collected a lot of money from investors, $800 million, never went through customer validation, and again, had to shut down. Probably the most well-known example recently is Segway, especially beloved among engineers. Segway was very promising at the beginning. The company collected a lot of money, never met the customer that it always aspired to meet. So building something that nobody wants seems to be a big mistake that startups are making. So this mistake is especially challenging for university-based tech because of the following reason. Academicians who are working on an idea for a long time go through steps of validation among their peers. They are publishing in peer-reviewed journals, they are participating at academic conferences, and they have seminars. They feel like they get many chances for their idea to be tested. But validation by academicians does not necessarily translate into validation by the marketplace. So one of the basic things that we're trying to accomplish with NSF I-Core program is to make this difference apparent to the university-based founders. So I-Core helps you determine, helps the university-based technology and founders determine who their customers are and whether these customers have any value for the product that the technology is going to be translated into. And if we can build a business around this product. Throughout the program, you are going to be going and talking to your customers. And NSF instructors, again, I would like to underline it, entrepreneurs themselves, they are going to be guiding you and hopefully making this process efficient. We are using business model canvas as our blueprint. We start with customer segments and value propositions, and then we work our way through the other parts of the business model canvas: customer relations, channels, key activities, resources, partners, cost structure, and revenue streams. Here is the timeline in a nutshell. Every node runs their regional program in a different way. In the case of Innovation Node Los Angeles, we have 2 items in our regional program. This is the first step to getting into this program. The very first step is called ZAP, which is open to everyone. The second step is going to be by invitation. Those who complete ZAP are going to be invited to BOOM. This is the regional program. And the national program is open to those who complete ZAP and BOOM and recommended for the national program. And it just involves writing a few pages of application with our help, and then directly sending it to National Science Foundation. In a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about how long this entire process takes. So here are some more details about our regional program and the national program. The regional program, the first step ZAP, is a 2 online session program. So it is 1 week apart, 2 online sessions, each session being 3 hours. And during that for 1 week in between the sessions, we ask the participants to conduct 5 customer interviews. Those who participate at ZAP and complete ZAP successfully, which means you completed your 5 interviews, they are going to be invited to the second stage, which is called the BOOM program. BOOM is very similar to ZAP, but this time we are going to be delving into your business model a little deeper, and we are going to be asking you to conduct 10 interviews. Again, it is 2 online sessions, each 1 hour, and these sessions are also 1 week apart. So you will have 1 week to complete those 10 interviews. So this is the regional program. After you complete the regional program, the instructors are going to be recommending you for the national I-Core. And once that happens, We are going to be helping you to write the application, which is just a few pages. This is not a lengthy, typical proposal, application process. This is very, very compact and very, very efficient. And the national program, once you're accepted to national program, that is going to be a 7-week program. There are going to be 10 online sessions, depending on which program you participate. The length of each online session could be slightly different, but it would be around maybe 2 hours or so. You're going to be asked to conduct 100 interviews over the course of that 7 weeks. And to be able to do that, you are going to be given $50,000. So $50,000 is offered for your customer discovery process rather than product development. So this grant is unlike SBIR or any other grants that you would get from NSF. This money is provided for your customer discovery. Again, if you look at the timeline now with the duration added at the top, ZAP takes place during a week. It takes 1 week to complete the ZAC program, and there are just 2 sessions. And during that week, you are going to be conducting your 5 customer interviews. And then we try to schedule Boom right after that, sometimes a week after, sometimes 2 weeks after. Completing Boom also takes another week. That takes us to 3 to 4 weeks. And then once that happens, it takes few days to few weeks, depending on how fast you move in applying to National I-Corps. And once you apply, then NSF interviews are going to be happening. That's going to be determining whether you're going to be accepted to the program or not. And scheduling those sometimes takes 2 to 3 weeks maximum. And once you complete the program that is going to be conducted over 7 weeks, if you move fast, you can actually complete this entire program in as little as 3 to 4 months. And the big benefit of this is, I'm going to be moving this here. The big benefit, one of the big benefits is going to be this 50% chance of getting an SBIR grant once you complete the NSF I-Corps program. As probably most of you are familiar with, the acceptance rate of SBIR projects, depending on the department that you're applying to, this could be as little as 5% or 10. But once you complete the I-Corps program, this would be over 50%. Who is eligible for the regional program? Anyone. So if you would like to start this program and would like to get more information about this program, please go ahead and apply to a ZAP. ZAP is happening on a rolling basis. We are offering a ZAP program at UCLA, at USC, at Caltech, currently online. At various times, if you contact either Innovation Node Los Angeles or us at UCLA, we will let you know about the scheduling. Once you complete the regional program, for the national program, we will need a team. So just one person can participate at the regional program, but if you would like to continue to the national program, then you will have to have a team, as well as deep technology. A team is composed of 3 people. First one, and most important, arguably most important one, being entrepreneurial lead. Entrepreneurial lead is the one who is going to be conducting most of the interviews. Depending on the team dynamics, this may change, but most of the time, entrepreneurial lead is the one who's responsible from the presentations, is required to participate actively at every presentation at the National I-Corps program, and is the person who's doing the most of the work. But then you will also need a technical lead. This would be typically either faculty, postdoc, or rarely a graduate student. Entrepreneurial lead is typically a graduate student, but we may also have a postdoc and very, very rarely undergrad students as entrepreneurial leads as well. A business mentor would be typically someone who's outside of the academia, who is familiar with the business side of things, and who is most likely not at the beginning or at the middle of their careers, but they would be either close to retirement or people who retired already and who would like to share their accumulated knowledge with people who are in need of that knowledge. I-Corps is not about writing grants, papers, or business plans. You may be surprised to hear that I-Corps is not about writing business plans. Business plans will be coming after you come up with a working business model canvas. So that's the next stage. But I-Corps program is not helping you write business plans yet. We are not at that stage yet. And I-Corps is not about selling or pitching. It's not about working on our presentation for our investors. All the work that you're going to be doing through I-Corps will help you with all of that indirectly when the time comes, but we are not immediately working on these items in I-Corps. It's not also about raising funds or improving your innovation, that is focusing on the product. And it's not about the product development technically per se. It is about the customer discovery. And I-Corps is also not a competition. You know that there are lots of competitions at universities, at other institutions, nonprofit organizations. So I-Corps is not a competition. So anybody who applies to I-Corps and who goes through the program, satisfies all of these conditions, will be able to go to National I-Corps and will obtain the National I-Corps grant of $50,000. So I-Corps is about learning about your customers. It is learning about the language of the market. It is about the product market fit. And to be able to learn about all of these things, you will need some money, and that money is also provided by NSF I-Corps, which is $50,000 per team. A few more things to say about the timeline. You can complete this program in as little as 3 to 4 months, but you can also pick your own pace. You can go slower. It just depends all on you, what your preferences are. After you complete ZAPS, that's the first stage, you have 1 year to apply to National I-Corps. So if you feel like you would like to try it out and see what the program is looking like, I would suggest go ahead and participate at a ZAP. And then you will see what the program looks like, whether it's the kind of thing that you had in mind, the kind of thing that your particular case needs, and then you have 1 year to apply to National I-Corps and complete all the other stages, boom, and application process. Once you get your $50,000, ordinarily you would have 6 months to spend that money. So even if you complete the program, if you still have money, you could still use that money towards your customer discovery. But currently, because travel is not allowed, NSF increased this time to 1 year. So you have up to 1 year to use that money towards your customer discovery. More than 500 teams went through LA Node regional program so far. And 1,800 plus teams have received $50,000 from around the United States. This is not only in LA, Innovation Los Angeles, Innovation Node Los Angeles, but from all around the United States, from different nodes, teams that are coming from different regional programs. 55 of the national teams came from Los Angeles node. And it doesn't hurt to reiterate that teams who complete I-Core program will have increased their chances of getting an SBIR, SDTR grant. We had 644 startups coming out of NSF I-Core, and these startups collected $300 million, more than $300 million as follow-on funds. And here is a team who participated at National I-Core, and they are going to be sharing their experience with you. I would like to warn you that this is a medical team, and there's a very, very slight, maybe 1 or 2 seconds of a little bit of blood that is going to be shown on this video, just to remind you. If you're, not okay with that, you can just close your eyes and just listen to what the team members are saying.
My name is Rami Bshai. I'm the EL for Team Implant. I'm a dentist, and my research is about dental implants.
Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Piantruns, and I'm the PI for Team Implant. I am a general dentist, and I've been specializing in dental implants for the last 15 years.
So as a business mentor, I found this experience extremely valuable. I haven't seen any other place where you get that real-life experience of being an entrepreneur.
Our platform helps dentists and general practitioners who want to increase their revenue by 30 to 60%. By helping them in the treatment planning process of dental implant. So I think the main thing and the main change that we had was the way through the subscription model of the technology. So we thought that you buy it one time and you treatment plan as many cases as you want. And then we thought, going to the videos of Steve Blank and the instructors and all the WebEx sessions, we went to creating new subscription models. And then when we created new subscription models, we were told that the market is not going to accept it because it's either a new technology or a new subscription model. They will not accept it. So we went back and studied what the current subscription models are in the market. That explained the whole idea of the I-Corp. Check the market and what the market is ready for and what they're actually going to spend money on. So the most important interview was the second week in the customer discovery journey. And it was at the CDA Presents, which is the California Dental Association conference, the biggest in Southern California. It was with the TDIC, which is one of the biggest malpractice insurance companies in the US. The information that I gathered from her, that 15 to 20% of the claims are implant related. It's the highest in settlement, from $100,000 to $120,000 per case. And she told me that the main reason all of these complications and failure and all of this happens because of treatment planning. This is exactly where my technology falls. This was quite significant to provide me of the value of what we're doing and to find the gap that implant is trying to fit in. I thought it's very short to have only 6 weeks, and then they're expecting us to be ready. But then at the very end, I thought, you know what? Now I get it. It's just the beginning of a journey. After this, we are keep meeting people, we are keep studying the market, we keep pivoting if there's any need for a pivot, and it's just the beginning. So it's a journey, and I'm very grateful that I started.
So as I said, this was one of our teams who went through National I-Core. Hopefully you found this presentation informative and helpful. If you have any questions, you can go to NSF I-Core webpage directly, or you can go to our UCLA I-Core webpage. You can also contact the director of UCLA I-Core at anazeri@ucla.edu, or myself at melike9 at g.ucla.edu. Thank you for watching.